Vivian.exe is online. Greetings programs. It is now the month of October, so I thought it was time to take a look at something a little spookier. Naka has been interested in this for some time, especially given his interest in SCP. He did, however, worry, because a number of reviews or comments, I suppose, about this game are that it can become a bit of a slog. So we concluded that it may be a bit better for me to play through. So let us see what kind of fun we can have. I did play a little bit of this at the very beginning, to get a feel for everything and make sure it works. But I am going to be starting new. Oh, you have to hold Enter.
Warning. This is gonna be weirder than usual. Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall. We stare at it and we think that's the whole world. The room and the poster. The picture's something nice. A landscape, a famous person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here? Hello? Anyone here?
That was actually a very good introduction to what I think of when I think of someone discovering what is behind the veil of normalcy. When you discover everything that is true in the world, all of the anomalies, all of the oddities that are hidden from normal society. There are a few things we do not know, which I am sure we are going to learn, which is why is she here? And why was she brought here? She was speaking to someone at the very beginning. And it is a kind of voice in her head. I do not know exactly what it is. But I am sure it is something we are going to learn about later on. I do intend to take this playthrough somewhat slowly, so I can really look around and see all of the little details. Can I leave? Do any of you out there even notice that this building exists? I wonder. At least I didn't have to take my shoes off. Doors seem to open automatically, which is nice. No finagling with them, you can just get around. Multiple containment breaches, building locked down. That's encouraging. Seek shelter.
This seal. I saw it a long time ago. I keep seeing it in my dreams.
The game volume is quiet. Settings are all maximum. I raised the volume in knobs. Let us see if that helps. A collectible. I am unsure how to look at them. Game magazine. Our bureau at work. Oh no, a leaf fell off.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
This feels like the kind of place that can only be found when it wants to be found. I would like to go in these rooms. It looks like the door is on the right-hand side. And here the door is on the opposite side. Oh yes, delicious potato chips. And pistachios. I feel as though there is a reason for this. If this is SCP adjacent, then I can only imagine that it is SCP related. Oh, it was a G. I am sure I hit the button, but perhaps I did not. Quite a lot of black text. And I understand that, especially on the SCP Wiki. It is somewhat looked down upon to excessively use redacted text. As it can very easily be used instead of actual creativity. However, I especially think it is being used here for more comedic effect. And I do not think this would hit nearly as hard if not that one of the first words you saw. What was shark? What is going on with a shark? I do not know what an R4 is, but it seems like a very standard into a company document. Is there not a door? On this side of the room. There was a door to get in this room right here that we could see from the other side. And that entire far wall was windows from the other side. Oh. Shenanigans are already afoot.
Hello?
Tää tarina jo on sankarin matkassa.
Hey, excuse me.
Lohduton sinun karsuunalle matkaa pois.
I mean, he seems to be having a good time. He's just singing while he works.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, niin johan on helvetti. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
But that said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
I really enjoy that she is so accepting of this. In fact, she even finds him welcoming, normal. I enjoy her outlook. Instead of spending all of her time going, everything is so weird. Why is everything so weird? Moved. She just goes with the flow. She almost knows what she got here for. Oh, now we're back here. When I came here, this is just outside. This is the lobby. When I was here first, the opening was over here. There was a photo in the middle of the janitor. And now it's been replaced by an elevator. Nothing seems to have changed outside.
The cell and the poster. I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
In pseudo-regalia. No, unfortunately, we never did figure that out. We were under the impression that we had simply not done it fast enough. And we did not bother.
Did I lose you there for a moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
And I have mentioned earlier on, but there is a kind of voice in her head, and that is very often who she is speaking. Thank you for taking 2.
We're starting from the top.
I do not have clearance level 1. Do not mention Alaska. I noticed that now many items are physics objects that can be moved around. Whereas prior, when we were downstairs, they were not. There are a lot of pictures of the director up. I wish I had a flashlight. He looks familiar. I believe we saw him in the intro cinematic. He looked very concerned, and then I think he put a gun to his own head. I cannot read what that note is. No discussing confidential objects out loud. Do not eat the mold. There was a noise, but I want to look around out here first. Trench, that was the director. Why would you eat the mold? Given that this is SCP related, the mold may want you to eat it.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Are you sure it was murder? I am not confident.
Something's outside. Was coming here a mistake?
Maybe I should pick that up.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Shenanigans are afoot. I really enjoy that the board speaking is decidedly inhuman. I held shift and do you know it? I guess you need a bit of a running start. Oh my. Are you sure that was? Are you sure? That was just a thing that I can do.
The same gun.
Platforming is immortal. I am not confident I am immortal.
Okay, now I have a gun.
If you are not good enough to aim for the heads, aim for the chest. It is much more consistent shot as it is a larger target. And I am absolutely not confident in my ability to shoot. Oh, he has a gun. I got hurt somewhere and I'm not sure where.
Something's coming. This threat. An attack. Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things have quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Well, we got the job. That means we are now the janitor's assistant. Oh. I suppose it is not safe.
You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror. Get the fuck away!
That went well. So this voice in her head is what spoke to her. This voice in her head is what protected her. I am reasonably confident that I'm going to first came in here. This was a solid wall. And this was an elevator.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guide us. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
Now we have two voices in our head. When Jesse was freaking out, I very much enjoyed the use of a live actor. Instead of only the 3D model, to show more detail and emotion on her face. You could not really tell in that brief instance that it was any different. Turns out it's pretty hard. Food left in refrigerator has been known to vanish. Another poster on the mold. I feel like they have been having an anomalous mold incident lately. And a book club. I cannot read the text. Some of us have allergies. That is a picture of us. I do not know how many of you there are, but I am patient. That seems to be all of them. They were indeed also patient. Or perhaps they did not know how to go around corners. They were either patient or dumb. Or perhaps smart. They could be a lot of things. So this is referred to as the hiss. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. I think something that is interesting is redacted text. Usually makes you think that it is something that cannot be explained in words or cannot be comprehended, especially in an SCP set. But we actually do know what many of the words behind the black bars on this page are. So this is a reminder that black text often can be used as intended in the real world, which is that this is information that common people should not be allowed to see. Normal civilians, or perhaps low-ranking members within the organization do not need to know the connection between this weapon and your role as the director. Hello, Starbaker. They are indeed having problems with mold, and have apparently can no longer get coffee filters.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. A side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fired. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
We did already see this one, but we did not see the entire animation. So it was nice to be able to watch the entire thing. I also enjoy the use of live actors for that. Oh, and there is another picture of me. I suppose every picture of the director has now been replaced with a picture of me.
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated building shift, follow these simple steps. 1. Search the room for any altered items or objects of power. 2. Carry the altered item or object of power to the nearest safe room. 3. Wait for Bureau staff to find you and the object. If there are no altered items or objects of power in the vicinity, then reach your supervisor via the nearest intercom and await further instructions. Thank you for your attention.
I enjoy that they all have to work in this environment where they do not really even know what is going to happen. I enjoy that every single item is loose and physics-based, which especially means in a firefight, items will just go flying. Given how many of them there are, I wonder how the engine can handle that. Oh, there are still floating people. I feel like after this event we are going to have to hire a lot more staff. That feels like it will be important later.
Reminder, if
That one we did listen to. This explains why so many things are so archaic. Typewriters and very old computers. I like how this is the security guard. He should be keeping all of you safe, but instead it says that his life is in your hands. Voices. How did she open that? She does appear to have some small degree of psychic power. If that is any indication. I wonder if that mark will ever go away. Oh, that is encouraging.
The hissing sound
No,
that
I do not
drives
think
me
I like it here.
The hiss burrowing into everything in this place. Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy. That babble's contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
You saw that graphic on the screen when the thing that speaks to her in her head actually spoke. No, I do not think I like it here. That one has a lot of health. That hurt.
Must cleanse control points. An enemy.
That one does not stun like the others.
Spreading.
Cleanse the control point. What does that mean? Help me fix it.
This graphic you see is when the thing in our head is trying to point us somewhere. I did not leave any goodies around first.
Holy shit! You did it! We did it!
Hello? Can you hear me? Are you with us? With the Bureau?
It's the Pope.
Are you still sane?
The Pope is in this shelter.
Talk.
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope. Emily Pope. Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn. Should I lie? Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting. I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director. Hold on. We're coming out.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead.
No, please. I want information.
Ah. I found his body. And the gun. Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, but he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point, push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet. A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of. Yes. I can try. I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Unfortunately, you kind of have to trust the Bureau. You're running it now. I very much enjoy these characters though. I enjoy the close-ups of her to show her what is going on in her head and what she thinks on the fly. And I enjoy her humanity. Like when she was asked for her name and then she said, I should lie, and then gave her real name and then said, I should have lied. I like Emily as well. She seems excitable and earnest.
It didn't work. The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
Jesse, over here. We need to make a plan, Jesse.
I like how there are some interesting things going on with the house, the oldest house as well. Where the name we came up for this was the hiss. And that very quickly became official once we spoke to Emily. However, we have already found documents referring to it as the hiss. As though the house knew. Before we told anyone. And whatever it is that is inside of our head. Seems to have allowed us to enter this building in the first place. If you recall the opening cutscene, it seems to have been it that sent us here. And it also seems to have something against the hiss specifically.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here.
Is no one concerned that I just killed a lady?
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time. That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
Don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby.
Only
They
stupid
should have gotten it
people.
open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
Thanks, Emily.
The phone ringing very much gave me Matrix vibes. And I suppose the HRA that she is wearing is somewhat like a reality anchor. I would. Yes. I also enjoy the complexity of her character. That yes, she wants to investigate her brother, but that is not the only reason she exists. She also just is very interested in this world and wants to be a part of it. So before we go, I want to take a look around again. Because I think a fair amount has opened up here. Oh, and check the control point again. Outfits. I only have one outfit. I can fast travel, but I only have one location. Oh boy, a containment room. Thank you. It seems to be locked, so I could not go in. It would be nice if I could find a document on it or something. Interesting that these may not actually be completely innocent people. They may be used by the Hiss explicitly. I do so wish I could get a document on the jukebox as I found it. This is also probably why there is a metal detector here. Are these time cards, I wonder? Oh, at least we can see where the hotline chamber is.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
I think this is where I am supposed to be going. I would like to come back later. You cannot control the oldest house. I like that the large upside-down pyramid reminds me of the board that we encountered. Our examination. Just a little workroom off to the side. It does not even appear to be anything in here. I think I appreciate the more casual notes the most. I suppose that is just a radio. Anything smart. Number 2 pencils. And then of course something very broad and confusing at the end. That also leads me to believe that may be a reason why there is no official branding on any items for sale. Brands should not exist within the house. Do not bring cell phones inside the house. They will explode. I cannot enter here, but the sheer number of sticky notes is concerning. A lot of computers in here. I believe this may have been where I came in. It is going to take us so long to get this place organized again. so we can effectively paranormal objects into existence. I believe we have fully explored this area now. We are probably ready to move on. Yes, the cube with the "Don't Touch" sign on it. I think it shows that whoever made this very much enjoyed their work. So the director's office appears to have a straight line to the hotline room. Though I've been in there and that is simply a wall. So it may be something that we do not know how to have access to. Our goal seems to be in the southwest though. It would be nice if I could only see different layers here. I believe our next goal is moving north up to a place called Dead Letters. Yes, the cafeteria is coming up soon, and then further north is Dead Letters. The cafeteria is probably going to be a whole fight. I am actually a bit surprised to see what seems to be a normal person, instead of someone corrupted by the hiss. The hiss. I do not know how much I enjoy the weird voices and the red light. I will go that way last. Oh my, I did not realize my health was so low. If they get a lucky shot in, it very much hurts. I keep imagining if I take a glancing below, that I should be fine for a moment. But it was right before that last person showed up, I glanced down and saw that I had very little health left. So that has loaded us back here. We do have our command. I wonder if it has kept all of my collectibles. I can imagine enemies in such being revived, but I think keeping chests in such open would be very nice. That is just the radio. I do remember there was a second piece in here, so we have collected this one. I would like to know if it keeps items that we have collected. Chests and such. Yes, it does. Okay, that is very good to know. Which means we do not need to spend time backtracking, we can simply move forward.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
Oh, before we go in. I keep forgetting there are actual mods that we can equip. Energy gained. Is that like ammunition? Or is that health? Because it refers to health and ammo separately, so energy seems like it would be something else. Energy is health. Well, in that case, I think I would like that one. I do not guarantee my headshots, but even a little bit would be nice. And then do I want more health or to heal faster? I think for the moment I would like more health. speed is my friend, but then I can't aim either. I think my main mistake going down here was thinking that the enemies were all in one location. Oh, more teleport in. I think that is the issue. Stand somewhere where they cannot all get to you at the same time. I do not enjoy the noises though. Please be quiet, I'm trying to think. I think we are at least safe for the moment. It is true, there might be loot in the scary red hallway. But it is also a scary red hallway. That seems to be leading towards another area. Please be quiet.
Overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. I'm with you on that.
Okay, do not go in there yet. I understand. I think that actually hurt a little. Can I shoot the speakers? Yes. I do not know if it helps though. I do not know. I do not imagine the hiss is using the speakers. This is some good food actually. That is not encouraging. Nope. We can come back to that later. So we can go north, which would take us to dead letters. I did not see the text. So this is a door that will probably open up later. For the time being, I think we are going to dead letters. Whatever that means. There appears to be something up there, but I'm unsure how to get to it. If I even can right now. Hooray. I wonder how these plants get watered. I would like to go back and save. We've completed one solid room. Clearing the room does not take that long, it is more the collection that does. Which we do not have to do a second time. So the saving is not actually saving us that much time, all things considered. Now what all have we collected? Interesting, because that does bring up the question of conscious thought and intention. One cowboy boot. He spent more on alcohol than he did on gasoline. Oh, that is very red. That is not encouraging. Not encouraging at all. Oh, he has a barrier. Please die. It is still very red here. And I imagine going into any of these very brightly lit red rooms will probably summon enemies. Or perhaps that was the fight for this front area. I do not want to go up there. That looks like I will be completely out in the open. The next question is, how smart are they? Bye. They are indeed smart enough to go downstairs. Which I am glad for. That means I can pull them to a place a little more advantageous. I believe there were only 2 of them. Well, with any luck, all is the better now. So that is where I came in.
Communication.
Let us collect our items and documents, take a look around, and then be on our way. Yes, I suppose that will lead there eventually.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Amazing. I appreciate his enthusiasm. I was thinking I could maybe shoot this glass out, but if you look at it, this crossing over it tells me it is probably reinforced. I do wonder what dead letters actually is.
Hey, Meg! What's wrong?
My mom's dead.
I'm so sorry, Meg! What happened?
I don't know. They blacked it out.
It's like the director says, confidential and children both start with C.
The director's a puppet. A dirty, rotten, fat person.
Dad says my mama went missing in actions. She walked into the city and didn't come back. I don't know what missing in actions is, but I sure wish someone would find her.
I'll help you look, Topher. We'll find your mama together.
I am certainly disturbed. That absolutely did not need to end the way that it did. And we have not read pretty much any document yet. I was going to read all of them once I am done examining the area. And I think that is most of the area. It clearly goes up higher, but I do not see a way to go there. Well, the elevators are out of order. So let us see what we have found. So this is all letters that the post office deemed undeliverable. Which of course could be completely innocent, we do not know. But it is at least a source of information. A broad-reaching source. That would certainly need to be analyzed first. To cut down any riffraff that is not actually necessary. I believe this is actually the letter that is on the wall when we see the book club notice. Well, I think they should do some testing, but otherwise this sounds amazing. You spelled governor wrong. Thank you. To be honest, I think many of those did need to be investigated. Or at least should have been. So we have a small room and a hallway. Before opening up into another room that is probably going to be a fight. It does not look like the larger room is going to involve much of anything though. That is a long hallway. I suppose it is taking us deeper into the communications department, even though it is not where we need to go. Or perhaps it is. Always check the bathrooms. Are you doing okay, sir? Oh, he was from pneumatics. That explains it. I am not sure if I want to go in there. I am sure that I do not want to go to the mailroom.
Power. Looks like the kids have latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Oh dear. What do I shoot at? Okay. I mean, I did not crouch, but I tried, and it did not work. That is not working either. I do not think there is anything there to shoot at. Do I go into the center? That sounds like a bad idea. That is a red door. Please calm down. Those cannot protect me. That is important to keep in mind. So just get to the other side. Oh, now I just have to go right out of there.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
Give me something to throw a cube at. They called it a thingamajig. I am out of cubes. I hit the wrong button. That is okay. Now I have more cubes.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
I saw someone up there. Oh, another one. Well, it is difficult to hit them from here, so I'll go down there and then hit him with this. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? Please stop hiding. I I would like to shoot you a little. So one thing that I remember learning from various reviews and analysis of this game is that most problems can be solved by throwing things at it. I did take a fair amount of damage. So I am on one hand just looking around to see if there is anything interesting here. But also I am slowly making my way back to the control point. Actually, that was in a different room. I think one reason I was so low on health is because I was low on health beforehand. What an interesting set piece. Being able to see this from a distance. Something moved. Whatever moved is going to be very unhappy with me. Well, we can go into the mailroom now. So I had not gone up top, and it looked very much like this is where I was supposed to go. Or perhaps not. If this has been sealed off on the top, then we are supposed to go through communications. Pneumatics is where we just came from. So our next destination is going to be the large room to the south. I'm going to go throw so many large objects at things.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Yes, alarms are wonderful, but I have a large metal thing that I would like to throw at someone. If anyone would like to come out and volunteer. No one, really. Is there a way to simply set this down? Well, it is part of the floor now.
This must open the door.
I'm a bit surprised that there is a control point here. I feel like I just came from one, and we did not even have to do anything dramatic here. This may lead us back to Central Executive. Or perhaps not.
You're listening to America Overnight, mystifying the airwaves for more than 29 years. Thank you for staying up with us. Ghosts. We've had many callers over the years tell us of hauntings, voices, and other phantasmagorical phenomena. Today, friend of the show, Dr. Quincy Reagan, tells his story. Quincy.
Thanks. This is something I experienced recently while staying at the Chili Pines Motel in Macon for last year's SuspiciaCon. I was in room 47. The night manager, an avid listener of the program, insisted I take this particular room. Now, the manager explained that years back, the body of a man was discovered under the bed, inside that wooden border that motel beds tend to have. And the body had been there a week, he said. Guests had stayed there, sleeping with the corpse a foot below them. They only found the body when housekeepers complained about the smell. Hauntings have been reported in room 47 ever since. I happily took the room. I fell asleep pretty quick, checking under the bed first, of course. No ghosts visited me, no chilly spots or flickering lights. But when I woke up, I found myself under the bed. It was dark and stiflingly hot. Luckily, I was able to push the mattress off and crawl out before I suffocated. The night manager was kind enough to find me another room.
There you have it, listeners. What we call ghosts take many forms. Quincy was brave enough to tell his story, and I encourage you to keep calling and writing whenever you encounter something strange, something you can't explain. Maybe you're seeing colors that we have no name for. Maybe your toaster is possessed. Remember, dear listeners, when no one else believes you, we do. America Overnight, we'll be right back.
I can say things on that, but I feel like that will take too long. I wanted to grab the entire cart. Oh, I already have that clearance level. I'm still glad for it, though. To pneumatics, is that not where I came in? Maybe it was where I came in. Yes, it was. It is a dark room. At least the hiss has decided to be very bright. I feel as though I'm missing something. Like I took a turn. I could go up here, I suppose. I do not have anything to throw at them. How? Yes, hide. You know I have a chair now. Help. I was not prepared for a fight that big in that room. Thankfully, I saved not long before. I would rather get into a throwing things match than a shooting match. They have better guns than me. Here's a lot of health. Sir, I think you need considerably less health. Well, it's no wonder I died. He had a lot of health. At least the large metal thing I brought in me worked well. Oh, was he a named guy? I saw a little symbol over his head, but that was the best I had. Otherwise, I was too busy running around. Did I save after fighting the one guy? Someone showed up in the halls here, I'm sure. Maybe it was upstairs. Yes, I think it was because I was interrupted when I was investigating this man. I probably then had looped around. Let's go save then, now that that is done. And let us look at what we have found. Nothing I can use yet. I still feel like the health is more beneficial. These are all terrifying enemies, but many of them also die very quickly when they get here with a large object. More of the book club. He has a lot of opinions, but I also feel like page 25. This person has a lot of opinions, but I do feel like this was not really their book. Okay, we have access level 1, so we can probably enter the mailroom now. There are other things that I would like to take a look at first. Did I actually investigate over here? I do not think I did. How is that all of them? I thought there was one more. And I got through that relatively unscathed. Throwing things at people really does solve many problems.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mail.
At this point, I think I have mostly explored these areas. Now I am trying to think if there were any areas that were restricted by level 1 access. There are a lot of elevators around. Oh my. Oh my. I once again hit the wrong button. V is very far out of the way to hit. I believe there was a man with a rocket launcher. It quickly stirred up a dust cloud, so I could not tell what was going on.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Why are you allowed to exist here? This is a control point. Why are you allowed to exist here? I need something to throw. Where did all of you come from? There are so many of them. Where did they come from? I know more of you spawn. Do they just keep spawning? Are we quite done? Was that a random event? Am I just going to have to interact? Am I just going to have to fight off random groups as I travel around? Well, on the upside, they have not appeared in here. Or was that a scripted event to happen on traversing through an area a second time? If it was a random event, this is going to get to be somewhat annoying. Oh, I have this now. Can you put soldiers out to other places I've already been? Level 3. Where was the room with the sticky notes? Oh, there it is. Oh, level 4. I think I remember a level 1 back in that main room. So we'll check back on that in a moment. Oh, we have a level 1 over here. I do not like that the camera zoomed out. The sticky note room isn't red anymore. Oh, and that is the jukebox down there. The body is gone. I did see the one portrait had changed. I'm curious if that was a unique portrait. Yes, it must have been a unique portrait because this one still shows the new photo. There is nothing else that I can immediately think of that we needed clearance level 1 for. No, I do not appear to be able to craft yet. Or if I can, I think I've missed something. I still think I will stay with the more health. I have not yet encountered a situation where I am starved for pickups. I would be willing to believe that this person died in a very sad and embarrassing way. There is something very unpleasant in this room. I would like something large and heavy if possible. Oh, I cannot interact with it. And now I destroyed my weapon. It must not have been that large and... Everything that I look at that I think is large and powerful I cannot pick up. It is a bit saddening. What happened to polar bears? Or what happened to Alaska? Polar bears happened.
They can fly now. Great.
Oh, it is a boss. He's very good at dodging that, almost frustratingly so. I finally hit him once, now I have no health. I think I am going to have more luck fighting him with bullets than by throwing things at him, which is a bit unfortunate. He's very good at dodging that. He is less good at dodging bullets. I was playing greedily, and I had no health left. I had no right playing that greedily. There is a button that I found that you can press to change the camera to be over the other shoulder, which did make it much easier when he was hiding in such an awkward location. I do not feel like this will be a terribly difficult boss though, as long as he does not change the fight considerably.
They can fly now. Great.
If this is all he is going to do, this is actually not a difficult fight at all. He is very good at dodging though. So unfortunately, I think the gun is still the better option than hitting him with large objects. It's small, but when you hit an enemy, I like that there is a small Lied on their body where your bullet actually impacted.
I have a feeling.
I think you are supposed to be dead, good sir.
Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
We can take a look around now though. Though I am not seeing much of interest. Oh, we are very close to our destination. It is, however, also getting very late. And I feel like actually getting to the hotline is going to be a bit of an event. So I am thinking that right now may be a good time to take a break for the evening. I am not seeing anything of terribly interest here. Mostly just a large room. Oh, there's something. These mail tubes need to be used all over the building. Quite the area this is. And this is where it can be organized. But you see late locations all over for these mail tubes. It seems to just be how they communicate with each other around. So I am going to save. And then from the mailroom, which we have cleared out, it is almost a straight shot over to the actual phone. And we have already fought our boss as well. So I do not imagine we are going to be getting another boss fight, unless it is also the second part of the fight with our friend. So I will take a break for now. and say, "Good night, everyone. Thank you very much for keeping me company." Next week, we will answer the phone.